Hello and welcome to episode 8 of series 2 of Master League Story Mode. Now before we get into our first game, which is Crystal Palace away, just a quick reminder of the last episode. We came up against Jose Mourinho and Alex Ferguson laid down the law against the man who's taken over his job sort of after 2 managers in between, but essentially taken over his job at United. He reminded everyone who the real special one is, and it's him, Alex Ferguson. And then things took a slight downward turn as we then lost 1-0 to Burnley at home. So I'm not quite sure how that happened after a very comprehensive win against United. Obviously, Alex Ferguson was not happy about that, and we've got some exclusive behind-the-scenes changing room access to see how he dressed down his Hull City side after that disappointing defeat. So yeah, I wouldn't want to be those players right now. I would not want to be them. Anyway, let's get into the first game. It's Crystal Palace. We're away from home. So in the last game, Hernandez is on a downward red arrow again. I don't understand this. I can't see why he's on a downward red arrow. We can't start him on that. I'm going to keep Diamandi up front because he's not failed us. We'll put in Cabela in second striker position. I'm pretty happy with everyone else. Lingard and Snodgrass back in. It's a shame that Hernandez is out again. I'm not sure. I think we probably should try and give him as many minutes as possible to get him back up to form because he is our best player as far as I'm concerned. Quick look at Palace. Obviously, they have got a pretty decent team with Benteke up front, Zaha providing width and pace down the right, and Jason Puncheon at attacking midfield. That's interesting. Not where I would have put him, but still. Let's get into it. Though we need to bounce back here against Crystal Palace, but it's not going to be an easy game. Crystal Palace are a strong side and we're away from home. Little trip down south to London for Hull City and Alex Ferguson. But they'll be wanting to make amends for that disappointing home loss to Burnley. There's Michael Dawson, the chin. He's been pretty solid, really. A few mistakes, but nothing too bad. Bobby Snodders there, back in the side. The Scottish David Beckham. We hope he'll make an impact in this game. Oh, it's a nice ball inside. Kabai gets it back into Mace Benteke, but it's in boot. Oh, it's fallen to him again. Davis, good head on that. Oh, but Benteke nicks it back. And now Sacco into the area. Ball inside to Puncheon. Easy save for Butland. Long throw into Puncheon. Dawson gets a good head to it. And then Lingard takes it on the run. That's a great touch. He pokes it into Diamandi. Lays it off quickly to Cabela. You see Snodgrass making a good run down the left. Snodgrass ball into Diamandi. He can take it down. Pokes it just wide. Diamandi, great run there. That's what you get from Bobby Snodders. That ball was nicely weighted into Diamandi. And really he should have finished there. This is the positions we want Snodgrass in, whipping those curled balls in. Diamandi took it down, but then he toe pokes it just wide. Should have had that one. Mbula steps out to meet Kabai, but he's away. Puncheon, early ball into Benteke, who's dropped deep here. It's a nice ball out. Robertson out of position. Zaha coming down the wing. Inside to Benteke. Steps inside one. He's put it wide. Palace come again. This is difficult. We're being pushed back into our own box here. Puncheon into the area. It's a good ball into Benteke. Puncheon nicks it back off Dawson. Oh, can't clear. It's going to be a... Oh, Butland with the save. This is awful. Alex Ferguson is off of his seat. He is angry. And it's 0-0 at half-time. That was a really poor half. Continuing on from our desperate performance against Burnley. That was an uninspiring half from Hull City. Palace really pushed us at the end of the half. Things looked a bit dicey. Well, yeah, Palace doing a bit better than us. Snodgrass into Robertson, inside to Cabela. Decent running there from the Frenchman. Ball inside to Diamandi, gets it back. Lingard, little poke over to Diamandi. Yes! That was much better from Hull City. Good work there. Lingard, Cabela, all involved. But it came through to that man Diamandi again. Old Dio came from Cabela. It was good running. Made a bit of space. Diamandi into Lingard. He'd come inside. And that was a lovely little chip in. He's got that pace. Oh, Lingard nearly wins it back, and he does. Second time of asking. Can he find Diamandi again with that ball through? Diamandi back to Cabela. Hits it with the right. Oh! Could have added a goal there to a really good start to the second half. This was much better again from Hull. Livermore looking deep for Diamandi, but he cuts it back really well to Cabela, his strike partner today, and it took a good save to prevent a second goal for Hull City. Been a bit sloppy in the last few minutes. Fosu Mensah telling Lingard to make the run down the side, but he looks inside to Cabela. Cabela back from Lingard. Into the box. Cabela on the left foot. Oh, took a deflection. Didn't really get a very good purchase on that. Mbula into Snodgrass. It's Cabela in the box. He's dancing away from one. Into the box with the shot, Cabela. He's playing much better in this game. He's showing what he can do with his ball at the feet. Oh, this is good play here from Palace. The ball through to Benteke, and he's put that wide. It's another great opportunity for Christian Benteke. Butland cannot believe that they were allowed that opportunity. Cabela does well, just slows things down. Just need to build from the back here. No big mistakes at this point. Dawson spreads it wide to Davis. 87 minutes on the clock. Just need to keep this tight now. Here's Mason. Out to Robertson. Davis, Mbula. Now into defensive midfield. They keep the ball moving. That's much better from Hull. Now Fosu Mensah sees a bit of space to run into. But that's a poor pass. And Palace can come forward again. It's a great ball out to Joe Ledley. He's in a lot of space. He's got Remy inside. Remy's got away from his man. Oh, Jack Butland! What was that? I don't believe it. How did he miss that? Jack Butland with an absolute howler there. Palace swarming forward. We tried to keep possession late on. Oh, it's a really nasty deflection off Michael Dawson. Deflection even. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, no way. Absolutely heartbroken again, Hull City. Couldn't hold on to a lead for the second time this season. It's another injury time. Hammer blow for the side. Oh, nasty deflection. I don't believe that. We had that all sewn up. Oh, it's Palace's second shot on target as well. We've played so much better in the second half. We didn't deserve to lose that game. Diomande had a good game. Lingard had a great game before he went off. Oh, it was a horrible deflection. It looked like a Butland mistake to begin with, but it wasn't. It was a deflection off Dawson. Okay, so 1-1. Oh, not good enough. Just not good enough. We slipped down into 9th place. That's 3 draws now. Only 5 goals scored compared to 14, 11, 14 for the top 3 teams. We're really struggling in front of goal. But, you know, so are other teams. So are Tottenham. So it looks like the scout needs to go out again. If you've got any suggestions to areas that we need to improve, I think a left back is probably the main one. There's still some ridiculous players that we can deal with. Isco being one of them. Obviously, Mora and Lacazette. It'll just be interesting to see what they come back with. Let's make some bids for them. Just for shits and giggles. Why not Isco as well while we're at it? But what we do need to do is get a left back. So let's search for left back. Let's send out the scout again. At least one of them looking for that left back. Let's look in... Let's just look in Europe. Still developing. Left back. No budgetary constraints. See what happens with that. Let's get into our second game of the episode, which is an FA Cup matchup against Bournemouth. Let's see if we can actually win a game. We're on a bit of a lean streak now of 2 games, no wins. Oh, Hernandez back in the side. That's good. Cabela's on a blue. I think he played really well, actually. I'll be happy to see him in there. Who do we play today in this FA Cup game? Well, I think we want to give Welbeck a chance. So I'm going to play 2 up front, as suggested by Francisco in the comments. So for the first time this season, we're going 2 up front, and that's 2 dangerous strikers there. And we're going to drop Bobby Snodders for this game, just to give him a bit of a rest. We're going to put Cabela out on the right, which should be interesting. Have him cutting back inside. Gabbiadini on a downward red arrow. He's struggled to get a game in this side. The big money signing, or one of the big money signings in the transfer window. Up against Bournemouth, with Jack Wilshere attacking midfielder. He came in to Blackburn Rovers at the end of last season in Master League Story Mode Series 1, and he's a fan favourite, or definitely for me. Wilson up front. He's 80 overall rated in this. Wow, he's come on a lot. But let's see how we get on, shall we? Here we are back at the KCOM for an FA Cup matchup. We need to come out and make up for that disappointing, another last-minute equaliser from the opposition in the last game, which we really had in the bag, and we should have finished it off. We just needed to keep possession for like a minute longer. I can't believe we gave it away with a poor pass. So let's try and make up for that against Bournemouth. Nice ball into Hernandez. He looks down the line for Welbeck. Steps back in. Welbeck with a right-footed shot. Boric is equal. That's maybe a first shot in a Hull City shirt there for Danny Welbeck. It's good tracking back from Robertson, but that's a really poor pass. Straight to Callum Wilson. And Bula gets a good foot in, but still it's Bournemouth. That's a good ball into Pugh. He's taken that down really well. Oh, Robertson couldn't clear it, but Butland able to jump on it. Dan Gosling into Wilshere. Sermon out to Pugh. Bournemouth looking pretty relaxed early on here. Charlie Daniels gets away from Lingard, and that's a nice ball into Pugh. Davis is over to meet him, but the ball into Wilson. It's saved, but the rebound for King, and that puts Bournemouth up straight away. Not a good start here for Hull City. And that was a really good goal, flowing football there from Bournemouth. So it was Daniels who got away from Lingard. And then what's Fosu Mensah doing there? Where was Davis as well? He was well out of position. Butland saved the first one, but he couldn't save the rebound. And we're behind straight away here. At home as well. And Bula let him get away from him too easily there. Daniels into the middle. Ball into King. He's put that over, but really poor defending again here from Hull City. Men with so much space in the box on more than one occasion. Long ball into Hernandez. He manages to get ahead on it. Mason puts it out to Robertson. He's found a bit of space. Early cross in from Robertson, looking for Welbeck. Oh, did he get a touch on that? I'm not sure if he did. It's an out-swinging corner here from Remy Cabella. He had a much better game in the last match. Cabella puts the ball into the box. Mbula's got ahead of his man. Good header straight at Boric, though. Gianelli Mbula looking for his first goal in a Hull shirt. First goal in a Hull shirt. Mason spreads it wide to Robertson. And he fires it back over to his opposite number, Fosu Mensah. Try and spread the play. Here's Fosu Mensah into Lingard, who looks dangerous every time he gets the ball. But that's a good tackle from Pugh. And Bula, quick ball into Welbeck. Finds Lingard in a bit of space. He's got time to look up. Ball in towards Hernandez. It was a decent cross there. Maybe slightly further behind Hernandez than he would have liked. Boric still unhappy, even though we're yet to get a shot that will trouble him. But it's good interplay there. Welbeck finding Lingard with enough space. Put in a good cross, but I think Hernandez might have liked that slightly ahead of him. Wilshere into Josh King. Wilshere finds himself in space again. Oh, but it's somehow fallen to him. And the ball out to Pugh is quite a nice one. Fosu Mensah out to meet him. Dawson is back edge of the box to Sermon. He's put that wide, but Bournemouth really peppering our goal. Really great passing from Bournemouth. We can't get close to him. Oh, but Mason's won it back here. It's a good opportunity for Ryan Mason to find the pass through, but Wilshere tracking back really well. Gets a foot in, and that was our last opportunity of the half. And we're going at the half 1-0 down to Bournemouth. This is not looking good this episode. We've had our chances. So have Bournemouth, really. It's been a close game. But it was a Bournemouth strike that separates the two sides. Another bit of silky attacking play there from Bournemouth, but Davis steps out. Welbeck looks first time for Hernandez. He looks back to Cabella. Throws Josh King with the dummy and he's into the box. Shot, couldn't get it away. Ah, poor decision making again from Cabella. And now the ball's out to Danny Welbeck. It's a ball inside to Hernandez. Steps inside of Wilson. It's still Hernandez, but he was always going to get tackled in that position. Ryan Mason, that was a really, really frustrated tackle there from our central midfielder, and it's a worthy yellow card for Mason. That looked to be two-footed as well. Ouch. 60 minutes in, and it is an early change. Danny Welbeck being pulled off by Alex Ferguson. He's not happy with his performance. Robert Snodgrass coming on to try and add a bit of width and some passing skill from that flank. And Bula inside to Lingard. He looks first time into Hernandez. It's a decent ball. Oh, almost the scraps there falling for him. Lingard again. We need to get him on the ball more. He's a really dangerous player for us. Snodgrass ball through to Hernandez is over here. Shouldn't be doing that, Bobby. That's where we want you putting those balls through. Shouldn't be over-hitting him like that. Sermon on the edge of the box. Wilshere has been about everything in this game. In Bula, though, great play. And now Cabella able to turn away from Gosling. He gets his body in front of him. Can he make the right decision here? Looks for Mbula. Is he going to get there? Tries to step back onto his left foot. Puts the ball in. Snodgrass is there. Gets the tip down to Hernandez. But it's straight at Boric. We needed a goal there if we're going to get anything out of this game. Mason, Robertson, into Snodgrass. That's not a great pass. Snodgrass is able to get away, but then King is back in. They're just so quick in those positions. But that's great play from Snodgrass. Mason through to Cabela. But Cook, far too strong for him. Wilshere, great turn. He moves forward. It's a lovely ball into Wilson. Let's put that wide. It's the final roll of the dice here. Lingard coming off, who's looking tired. Diamande, who's been pretty decent for us, coming on. And Bula, good tackle. Is it going to fall to Diamande? Of course not. 2 minutes left on the clock. It's all over here at the KCOM. Cabela does well though. That's good. Tracking back from the Frenchman. In Bula into Diamande, the substitute. Looks out to oh no, that was Diamande. Cabela now. You get the cross in. Snodgrass, far post. Doesn't fall to him. It's out to Bula. Just need to keep the possession. Robertson away from King. Whips the ball in. It's too long. What? Oh. This really is game over here at the KCOM. Mason up against Wilshere. He can't win that. Diamande can't get the header in, but is he going to get to this one? He is. Oh, come on. How can you stop it there, referee? And that is the second loss, maybe, or the third loss of the season. We're out of the FA Cup, crashing out in the first round. That's really disappointing. Alex Ferguson will not be happy with that. We played a very much full-strength squad. Oh, what a frustrating episode this has been. I mean, we had chances. It was a very close game either way, and it was one goal, the difference. Little experimental formation there, two up front, didn't really pay off. Wilshere and King played really well in the centre for Bournemouth. We put together some decent stuff. Welbeck was grabbed off 60 minutes in, but actually he played a little bit better than Hernandez by the looks of it. So, out in the second round of the FA Cup, that is really, really sad times. So, it was an all-round pretty disappointing episode. Doesn't seem like the hairdryer treatment from the beginning of the episode really did much to help. And it was a disappointing draw. Oh my God, Ferguson would have been angry about that. Giving away a goal for the second time in Fergie time. That is the biggest kick in the teeth about those two results we've had this season. And then, to be fair, it was a close game against a really, really strong-looking Bournemouth side with Wilshere on song. So it was a shame to crash out of the FA Cup, but we put our best effort into that. But we should never have lost the league game. So as much as I want to play another game now to get back into this, we're going to have to call it a day. I'll see you on Friday for the next episode. See you in a bit.